All right. We have like an hour and a half-ish before I need to get ready for the gym.
Great, we got it.
An hour and 40 minutes, maybe. That takes us to like 3:30.
Okay.
But all right. Hi. Welcome back to another episode of the Working Ammy podcast. I'm Nora.
I'm Maria.
And today we are going to read some follow-ups. I've got a bunch of submissions with follow-ups, which I'm really excited about. And then we're going to finish out the horse hunters submission that we did last week.
It's a follow-up.
And for our discussion, we're going to talk about kind of like burnout as an Ammy and sort of like, I don't know, when things don't really go to plan. I made a TikTok video kind of about feeling like uninspired and that kind of thing. So yeah, that'll be our discussion for today. So we can get started.
Shall I start with our horse hunters follow-up?
Yes.
All right. So on the last episode of Horse Hunters, we ended with she bought not one, but two horses and went over budget. And they were both the 4-year-olds.
Yes.
One was an investment horse that she bought with her. Well, she bought it and then her trainer was going to pitch in with the care and everything. And then the other one was the 4-year-old for her. So baby E.
Which one was that?
That was the Chestnut Oldenburg, 4 years old.
So the project.
17 hands with a list price of $30,000. And she did pay $30,000. So this is when she offered the breeder $25,000. The breeder was like, no, not happening. So she's like, all right, I will do $30,000.
And this was the one that she bought to resell.
And then the other one was a black Oldenburg, 4 years old, 17.1 hand. List price was $50,000, but she actually paid $43,000. And this was her horse that she wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so follow up. Selling baby E.
Okay.
We sold E a few months after he arrived to a good riding 13-year-old junior who'd been with my trainer since the stirrups and was looking for a big eck prospect on a budget. This is the girl we had in mind for him when I bought him because her parents weren't quite ready to pull the trigger at the time. So that's why I guess she got the second one because her trainer already had someone in mind.
Mm-hmm.
When they met E and expressed interest, I told my trainer that if he stayed in her program at the farm and he could keep being her new horse's best friend, I was happy to work with the family on the purchase price / sales terms. We ended up selling him basically at cost and letting the family pay in 2 installments. I got back exactly what I put in, including his PPE and shipping costs, and considered the discount I got on my horse and my horse getting to keep his buddy around to be my profit margin. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Values found in different things. Could be money, could be, happiness for your horse. And then she did actually write back to and say, sidebar, I did get a lot of breaks as a kid on the circuit. My family could afford board and shows, but my parents were not horse people. They found the idea of dropping tens of thousands of dollars on buying or leasing a show horse to be ridiculous. It's a miracle I convinced them to buy the $8,000 OTTB. That was my first horse. I rode my OTTB until she scoped out at the .95s and then made do with free leases and catch riding whatever I could get my hands on. Many wonderful Ammy ladies let me ride their very nice horses for free, and I was happy to pay that forward to a hardworking kid on a relative budget.
That's nice.
That's so sweet. What do you think that they sold him for?
They bought him for 30.
Yeah.
She bought him for 30.
Yes. No, she bought him for 30. And then that didn't include PPE or shipping or anything like that.
Did she sell him for 35?
Less. Oh, wait, more. Sorry. More. 40. She sold him for 40. So I guess that would include the
shipping
PPE. Yeah. All right. And then she said what we would have listed him for after a year if they didn't sell him.
50?
A little higher.
55?
A little higher.
60?
60 for a 5-year-old, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We don't have, well, we didn't have a lot of, because we saw the video, but we didn't have like, it wasn't a ton of video. It was a trial video.
Yeah.
Which I feel like doesn't really, like a trial video of her riding him. So like it was like her first time riding him, I'm assuming. Right? That was what the video
was. The trial video. I just remember
I wonder if they would have put more miles on him and stuff.
Yeah, because I remember we were talking last week about last episode about a 5-year-old that didn't have any rated show experience, but was a nice moving hunter. And we said 40 to 60.
Yeah.
But we kind of agreed on that 50,000 range. So I guess if they can get some shows under his belt, that maybe would have made sense, or how the quality of the horse. But that was really nice that she sold him pretty much at cost.
Yeah.
And to keep him in the barn.
Yeah.
And then she gave us a follow-up on her lovely horse. And she said, "This is my horse of a lifetime.
Aww.
He has absolutely exceeded my expectations and is all of my wildest horse girl dreams come true. He's arguably more of an Eck type, but has an amazing jump, and we did well on our local circuit in the 2.6 his first summer and in his 3-foot debut last fall. We've schooled 3.6, and his athleticism and endless scope amazes me. I've taken him trail riding and cross-country schooling. Absolutely nothing phases this horse. He'll be 6 in April and will not stop growing. He was 18 hands last time I sticked him."
Good thing she's tall.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, because we were saying about taking up leg, right? Because some of the horses that she rode, you're like, oh yeah, the horse is a little small.
Yeah.
"We'll do the 3-foot this year and take him to his first rated show to do the 6-year-old hunters. He has an amazing brain and jumps whatever I put him at without batting an eye, including a lawn chair. Not only is he my dream riding horse, but he's my dream in every other sense.
Aww.
He is extremely social and wants to be besties with every horse, human, dog he meets. He's very affectionate. He recognizes my car and leaves his friend's food to wait for me at the gate and will whinny when he sees me."
That's so cute.
That is. I wish my horse did that. Sometimes he does. Sometimes I pretend that he does, but really he's probably like, the treat lady's here. He follows my car along the fence line when I leave the barn, which, yes, does make me cry. Oh my God. Aw, that is so sweet. Oh, well, we're so happy it worked out for you.
Did she send any extra pictures?
She did not, no.
I want extra pictures and videos of this one.
I think maybe I could find one from the original.
Yeah.
I think she might have sent it then and now, but in terms of time.
Yeah, in
we'll
interest
do,
of time.
Yeah, in interest of time, we'll do that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is really great, especially the fact that you were able to get an investment horse and sell so quickly. Like, it was only a couple months, which is great.
Yeah.
And the fact that you found your heart horse.
The nice thing with that was, like, they bought him with someone in mind.
Yeah.
So, like, I think that's also a good strategy if you're buying an investment horse, is, like, if you know someone who would be good for the horse.
Exactly.
Even if they might not necessarily be looking. But, yeah. Aw.
Very cute. Thanks for the follow-up and that fun horse hunters.
Yeah. All right, so this one is a submission from January 6th. This is kind of like an ISO and what I got.
Okay.
She says, "Hi, huge fan of your podcast, so I wanted to send my submission from my recent ISOs. Original ISO, AQHA or warm blood, no thoroughbreds, 5 to 10 years old, must be started over fences and have a change. Good mover, 16.3 and up, hunter or Eck type, kick ride, blank budget."
Ooh. 5 to 10?
Yes.
Lead has to have a lead change, hunter, Eck type. Didn't say anything about showing.
Didn't say anything about showing.
But an AQHA
Or
warm blood. Okay,
No
so no
thoroughbreds.
thoroughbred. So that kind of puts you in the, like, I would say 25 and up range. And we did see on the horse hunters, actually, that AQHA was going for 35 as a price. No, it was higher, right? Maybe? I think it might have been higher.
Might have been
like
45.
40, yeah. 5 to 10. What did you want to do with it?
Hunter
Or
or
Eck.
Eck.
I feel like I'm gonna be so, like, it's either way high or way low for me. I don't think it's higher than 50. If it was higher than 50. 40?
Less.
25.
Yeah.
25.
25K budget with flexibility.
Okay.
Okay. So she says, we ended up buying 2 horses.
If people go out for one,
I
come back
know.
with 2. 2 for 1.
But let me tell you about what we ended up with. We flew on 5 planes in 5 days to 5 states
Whoa.
to try horses.
Wow, that is commitment.
Last place we ended up was Texas, where I tried 12 horses.
Oh my gosh.
Here's the kicker. Every single, all caps, every single horse I tried and went back to the second day was super lame.
What?
Mind you, I only did cross rails because it was cold and I'm a Florida girl, LOL. We ended up at a Western barn in Texas to ride one last gelding with a stunning face, but he only had 45 rides. Was a 4-year-old, 17 two-hand 8QHA gelding and was cold-backed. We took the chance and shipped him to Florida, knowing we had 2 months until the World Show. Long story short, we paid blank and went on to be reserve world champions in Oklahoma, his 4th time showing, and 2nd in the nation for the year in 2
Wow.
AQHA shows.
I kind of think she went over budget just because she said, like, she got him back to Florida and then they started going into showing, like, immediately. And the way that she was describing the barn and, like, she's, like, for an AQHA, like, she's doing competition. Like, it is a showing.
Yeah.
So, like, you want quality. And I know those horses go for more. I think she went over budget. I just don't know how much. 35?
Less.
30?
A lot less.
Okay, so she didn't go over budget then.
No.
Oh.
A lot less.
A lot less, 15?
Yeah. Less.
What?
Yes.
10?
A little bit less.
8? Like, 7,500?
7,000.
7,000?
Long story short.
Okay,
we paid
I was so
7K.
off on my thinking on that one. Holy. Okay.
Yeah, long story short.
What?
We paid 7K.
Wow.
I know.
Clearly, I do not know that much about the AQHA world, but I was thinking those horses went for a lot.
So this is that one.
That's not a $7,000 horse.
Well, she says that they got offered
Oh.
something else for him, and turned it down. What do you think someone offered her for him?
The horse that you just showed me was really cute.
Yeah.
Like, I could see him going for $25,000, $35,000 easily. The fact that horse is $7,000 is crazy to me.
I know. They got offered, she says that they got offered 80K and turned it down.
I was supposed to guess, but 80,000? Okay,
Yeah.
so my thinking wasn't off, but those horses go for a lot of money.
I know. It's crazy that they paid 7K.
What? How? I'm confused. I'm confused. So that was only a couple months later.
Yes.
So she bought the horse for $7,000, and then someone offered her at the show $80,000 to buy the horse.
Yeah.
Wow. Ooh. Why did she say why she turned it down?
She didn't, but
Oh my gosh. I feel like the majority of people would have been like, because you're making a profit on that point.
Yeah.
When you buy a horse for $7,000 and then just a few months later you get offered $80,000, like you're making a profit. Wow, that's insane. I want to know where she bought the horse from. Because like the horse
bought
looks
it
nice.
from a Western barn in Texas.
Because like
So maybe that's why it was so cheap.
I don't even know though, because like I feel like this discipline is popular.
And he only had 45 rides.
Even so, I feel like they're like the AQHA or like those type, that discipline that she's doing is, well, I don't know if she said hunter, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if
she's
it's a specific.
I think like the AQHA shows do have like hunter under saddle and like jumper,
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it's that specific show or she's showing him in just like a general like hunter class. Like I don't know if it was a breed specific.
I think it was.
It was a breed specific because like wow.
Yeah.
I do think those horses are expensive. I'm not shocked that someone offered $80,000. You showed me the picture and I was like, no way.
Yeah.
The horse looks really nice. Like the picture that you sent, the horse looks super nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see it again.
There's
No, there's more. Okay.
I have more pictures, but I'll read them at the end. I'll show them to you at the end.
It looks super cute.
I know.
It's like a flash, not even flashy. It's flashy. It's a plain bay, but it's a flashy plain bay. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very cute. And holy, I'm a little in shock with that. Wow. All right.
So she said, now here's the next gelding.
Okay.
We got a call from a well-known farm in Ocala around 10:45 p.m. when we were just getting ready to leave Ocala after picking up our 4-year-old. They sent us a photo of a bay horse's head, and a video of him lunging in a circle, priced him at blank, and said, you have an hour to come get him. We knew nothing. He is a 10-year-old 16.2 hand KWPN gelding with his passport from import and FEI passport that has some shows, I believe, that are marked in it.
Wait, it was a 4-year-old or a 10-year-old?
This one is a 10-year-old.
Okay, all right. The one that was like, get him out of my sight, which I feel like he must have been quirky or something. That's wild to get it 10:45 at night.
Guess what they asked for him, and then I'll read the rest because this is actually kind of insane.
Oh my god, I don't even know. I don't even know. Okay, so it's an FBI 10-year-old that had show experience.
But they knew nothing about him.
But they knew nothing. It had to have been quirky. There has to be something wrong with the horse. Because it was in Ocala, right? And they got a text, like, say at 10:45 at night, being like, pick him up, and then you're done. 25,000.
Way less.
What? Is it 7,000 again?
Less.
Oh my god! What is wrong with this horse?
I don't know. I know.
This horse must have been like, like the devil child or something. 5,000.
A little bit less.
45?
4,000.
Holy crap. Oh my god, I want to know what this horse
I'm like
did.
really confused by this one. I would love to see a video or something.
Okay.
She says, we have recently started showing in the 3-6 equitation, which he shows promise, but he's definitely not a kick ride. Come to find out, he was a 1.20 jumper and on a Canadian jumper team after import. He schools the 1.40 at home, but does not have a lead change, but will always land. He is sound and barefoot with no maintenance. We just put him on the market at blank. Does this seem like a reasonable decision?
I don't even know what to think.
This is the horse.
It literally looks like the other horse.
I know.
Yeah. Without the snip. Or the, I'm sorry, the star. What's wrong with the horse? I feel like we need a little bit more follow-up.
I know.
Please.
It doesn't have a lead change.
Okay, so for jumpers,
But-
I can see how in EC that would be an issue. But if you're doing jumpers, which it was doing, the 120s,
Yeah.
honestly, for me, lead changes are not that. I don't think they're in. That's a deal breaker for me at all, because if the horse lands the lead, if it's balanced, even if it's cross cantering or not on the right lead, but as long as it's balanced and can get to the jump, like, yes, it does help when you're on the right lead, but if the horse can do it regardless, you're not getting judged on if the horse can do a lead change or not.
Yeah.
So that's like not a.
But I think they're
thing.
trying to sell him as an X
As an EC horse, that might be a little bit more difficult.
But she says he'll always land the lead. I just am very confused as to why he was 4K.
I don't, and that's what I'm saying. There's something wrong. Like, she didn't say any quirks for the horse.
She says that he shows promise in the EC, but is not a kick. So I guess he's a little hot to be an EC horse. I don't know why he has to be an EC. I mean, we don't have a video.
Yeah, like, why don't you just make him
Like,
do
we don't have
jumper?
any other information. But what do you think they are trying to sell him for?
So he shows promise in the EC. They found out that he's doing the 120s, or he was doing the 120s on the Canadian team.
On a Canadian,
jumper team.
So we don't know which.
So she bought him for
Team.
4,000. Well, anything above 4,000. I don't know. genuinely don't know. This one threw me through such a loop.
I know, this one is actually insane.
I don't know. 70?
Less. Way less.
35.
Less.
25.
Less.
Hold on. 15.
Split the difference.
From 20?
Yeah. She says, we just put him on the market for at $20K, our best offer. Does this seem like a reasonable decision? And then she says, sorry if this makes no sense. I'm currently riding the 4-year-old. So I guess she sent me this email while she was on a horse.
I don't know. I don't know if it makes sense or not. In my brain it doesn't, but I'm also thinking that there's something that we don't know about the horse.
I know.
Because that doesn't, in any other world, it would not make sense. But we also don't know, I guess, the full story with the horse.
Yeah.
Because no, to answer your question, that doesn't seem like a reasonable price.
Yeah,
for a horse of that quality.
It seems
not
really
like for
cheap.
that experience, I should say, not quality, but experience. That doesn't.
It seems really low.
The math ain't mathing on this one.
Yeah.
That seems very.
It seems really low.
It seems like something's wrong with the horse. Like personality-wise, PPE-wise, there's something that is not disclosed, like that she didn't tell us, or that there's, like, maybe it's a very difficult ride, maybe it's really spooky, like there has to be something off, or like it's a freaking demon on the ground.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, it must have been like, can you imagine the old owner being like, get this horse off my property for $4,000?
I know.
Like, what?
You have to come get
what
him
is wrong?
right now.
It's like
You have an hour to come get him.
Yeah, like what? I want to know what this horse did.
They got a call from a well-known farm in Ocala. I'm very.
I want to know more. If this is yours, provide a follow-up of like where this is coming from. Because now that you've had the horse and you're only selling him for $20,000, like
I know
there's got to be something in there that's not quite right.
So we have not a follow-up for this horse, but she did send a follow-up for the other horse. It's just like a little short follow-up. She says, hi, follow-up with my quarter horse gelding from his first time at WEF. He's a 5-year-old now and has just been a joy, top ribbons at WEF, and making his 3-3 debut in the spring. So here are some pictures of him.
Oh, yeah, he's gorgeous. Like, such a fan.
It's cute.
Such a fan.
Yeah, he's really cute.
I'm just so confused with that other one, that 10-year-old. I want to know more. I'm so interested. Maybe he's a horse that just once he gets your number, you're like done for. I don't know, because that doesn't make sense to me. I'm trying to wrap my brain around it, but I can't. Also, let's just talk about the stamina that this girl has to have to do. What did you do? 5 states in 5 days or something?
That's
holy
insane. I mean, based on what I'm seeing, I think 20K is really low for this horse.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Unless there's like
there had quirk, personality,
or some like huge glaring vetting issue.
Yeah,
where like
but how often
like that horse that didn't have a rib.
Yeah. But even that, it wasn't like that horse. I don't think was going for 20,000, right? I don't know. So. I can't remember. But like what well-known barn sends out a text? Like I'm gonna assume it's at night at 10:45 at night. And says you have an hour, or like 10:45 in the morning. It says you have an hour to pick up this horse for 4,000. Like what? Like why?
I know. Like I'm confused.
Okay, in the interest of time, but yeah, because we could probably debate this for like 20 minutes. I think 20's low.
I also think 20's low.
But again, we don't know what's going on.
If this is a normal horse under normal circumstances and in a normal situation, I would say at least like 50.
Yeah, at least. I mean, I said 70 because I was like, well, with all that experience. But then why isn't he doing the jumpers? Why are they trying to switch him to Eck? Like, is there something
he did look like a nice Eck horse.
Is there something going on with... Yeah, but it's going to be hard, I feel like, to sell an Eck horse without a lead change. It's easier to sell a jumper without a lead change than it is to sell an Eck. Because Eck, you kind of... You need that, or you got to work on that. And he's 10, so it's like, are you really gonna try to reteach at a 10? Maybe. Yeah.
Or just bank on him landing.
Bank on him landing on the lead.
Yeah.
That's, I think 20's low, but like,
yeah, I also think 20's low.
I don't know, because that whole thing threw me through such a loop. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
My brain's mush right now because of that, all those pricings. Good for you for getting that one horse though for $4,000.
I know.
Or not, it wasn't $4,000. What was it, $7,000?
Yeah.
That one's a really freaking cute.
I mean, she spent $11,000 on 2 horses somehow. 2 like nice horses.
2 as far as we know. Because I would like a follow up on the.
I know on the other
that
one.
FEI.
Yeah, when you sell that one, email us and let us know.
Yeah.
How it went.
Because I'm confused.
All right,
you ready?
Yes.
She was drugged, undisclosed, and only 15 hands.
Jeez.
Can you guess her price?
I'll try my best.
All right. Hi. My friend introduced me to your show, and we both love watching it, and I've been completely hooked ever since.
I love that.
Oh, you even featured his horse the night that I'm writing this, which made me even more excited to reach out.
Oh, I want to know which one.
I want to, like, send us a follow-up and let us know which one it was, because I'm curious, too. But thank you so much. Like, when I posted the TikTok, I was like, just show us the love. Yeah. I want you to try to guess the price of my mare. She is a sport horse, Hanoverian/thoroughbred cross with talent, heart, and courage written all over her. She was bred and trained in out in the state out west by this particular 5-star rider, and she's been in consistent training her entire life.
Wait, which 5-star rider? Never heard of him. Okay.
Just one. As a yearling, she was sold for blank.
As a yearling?
Yeah, you're just going to have to take a guess on that one.
$10,000. Lower?
Way lower, like just
$2,000.
dive. $1,250.
Okay.
Later, she was advertised at blank.
That really gives us nothing. Yeah. $5,000?
No, you'll never guess it. Just like go like wild.
Wild up?
Yeah.
$100,000?
No, not that wild. Whoa, that is like $46,000.
Okay.
You went to another dimension over there.
You said to go wild.
I thought 1,200 to 46 would be wild enough. But
I mean, that is. But...
She said a huge jump and one that didn't tell the full story. Before I bought her, she had competed in 2 novice and 3 training events. She won both novice classes in 2 of the 3 training events, never having a rail down. On paper, it looked like a perfect record, but none of this history, including some serious underlying issues, they were never disclosed. When I went to try her as a 6-year-old, I immediately fell in love. She was technically out of our budget, and we even offered to skip a PPE and rely on her old x-rays. Ooh, I hope you didn't do that.
Would not recommend.
After that, I'm just reading this for the first time. After that, the seller agreed to drop the price significantly. Little did I know that her past held more secrets than anyone had mentioned. I feel like if the seller dropped the price because you offer to skip the PPE, that should be a telltale sign, right?
Yeah.
I hope this isn't going away. I think it is, but we'll see. Shortly after bringing her home, we discovered that she had been on a long-term sedative that lasted about 3 weeks. On your PPE, this person didn't do one, but when you do a PPE, I would always recommend blood work as well.
Yeah, we did blood work.
Yeah.
That's good.
On top of that, she had a broken jaw as a younger horse, something no one told me. Her previous trainers had even jumped her courses up to 3.6 when she was only 4 years old. Despite all that, she was brave, kind, and willing. She just hadn't had the chance to truly shine.
That's sad.
About 4 months after we bought her, she suffered a pasture injury that caused a heel grab. What followed was a grueling journey of 9 surgeries
oh my God.
on her right front leg and months of painstaking rehabilitation. Oh my gosh. 9 surgeries.
That is crazy.
Oh my gosh. I wonder if she was insured. Oof.
I hope so.
It was during this time that we truly bonded. I was no longer afraid of her. I learned to trust her completely, and she learned to trust me. Together, we started to uncover the fearless, talented horse that I always knew she could be. A few months after completing her rehab, we entered our first training competition together. We finished 3rd, and I was over the moon. Not because of the placing, but because she finally went around a cross-country course calmly and confidently without a hint of anger or panic. Since then, I've continued reaching out to her previous trainer as much as possible, but she's been unwilling to disclose most of the horse's history. This means that I've been training and learning about her largely blindsided, discovering her personality, strengths, and quirks for myself. She's incredibly brave and gamey, tackling challenges with fearless determination, but I've been told by multiple people that she's not a team player. Even so, I know she was consistently ridden in draw reins and jumped substantially sized fences, despite standing at only 15 hands on a good day. Tough, willing, full of heart. So a few months after that, after her, I guess, competition, I suffered a severe knee injury myself and required surgery, which forced me to step back from competing. Even so, this horse has been happily packing little kids around novice level show jumping courses. Dressage is still a work in progress, partly due to her jaw injury and the effects of the sedative, but her talent, heart, and bravery shines every time we ride. Through it all, she's never had a rail down, and her full show record before I got her is nothing short of remarkable considering the obstacles she's faced. From her troubled past to surgeries, undisclosed injuries, and even a sedative, she's overcome every challenge with courage, resilience, and unstoppable spirit. So what do you think I paid for her? She paid for her as a 6-year-old.
So they bought her she was bought as a yearling
for $1,200. Advertised at $46,000.
When? A year later, or
she just said later.
Okay.
But then this person went to try her as a 6-year-old,
and then they dropped the price.
And they dropped the price because she skipped the PPE.
Did she pay $35?
A little bit less.
30?
A little bit less.
25?
27. 27. I paid $27,000 up front for her. Honestly, within just 1 year, I spent almost as much on vet bills as her purchase price.
That's rough. And, like, that's one of those things that also is, like, a freak out. Like,
yeah,
this didn't even have anything to do with, like, skipping the PPE because it was just, like, a freak accident that happened in the pasture. So.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people say, like, horses will be horses, which they will be.
Yeah.
But, again, like we said, PPEs are only to tell you what you can expect in terms of maintenance. Can the horse do its job? And are you willing to take that on when you buy the horse?
Yeah.
So. But still, you should be doing one.
I don't want to say at least it wasn't something from skipping the PPE, but like,
but at least it wasn't.
Still, but it's still like that.
Really sucks. 9 surgeries. I mean, honestly, $27,000 for 9 surgeries. Yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't more.
Yeah.
Count your blessings, I guess.
Yeah.
She said she spent as much on vet bills as her purchase price, just trying to uncover and address everything about her medical history that wasn't disclosed to me. So then she says, do you think those prices were fair? What do you think? And then here is the horse.
Well, $46,000 is kind of insane. I think 27, I don't know, it's hard. I feel like, I don't know how I feel about it. Because, like, it's, like, $27,000 is not a lot.
I think 46 is definitely way too much. That was like I don't know who made that price up. Because she didn't have that much. She had, like, a couple shows under her belt.
Yeah.
But the fact that, like, I'm wondering if she has any other issues that maybe they didn't disclose. Because she said that the old owner wasn't really forthcoming with information.
Yeah.
But the fact that she was on a sedative, like, that's
crazy.
That's not okay.
Yeah, that's not.
And it was a 3-week long lasting sedative. Like, if you're doing that consistently, like, what is that doing to the horse? Like, I feel like if you have to sedate
Yeah.
If you feel the need as an owner or a seller to sedate the horse for 3, like as on a 3-week set, like to date the horse in general, you should not be asking $46,000.
Honestly,
and
it feels like the horse got really lucky to find this person.
Yeah, it does. Because like who knows?
Because it doesn't seem like it was in a good. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it was in a good situation. It seems like she, I don't know, got really lucky that this person was like. I mean, this person also didn't really know what they were getting into.
Yeah.
So it sounds like it was luck on both sides that it ended up working out the way that it did.
Yeah, we don't know because she was at the, she's at a 5-star event rider, but we don't know if that's where she bought the horse from.
Yeah.
But I can't picture.
I can't.
All of that, like
either.
them being. I mean,
yeah,
like being like on a set.
I guess you never know.
Yeah, but maybe the horse got sold, or maybe the horse went to consignment somewhere.
Yeah.
Because that makes a little bit more sense as to why the owner or like whoever had the horse would be more unwilling, because maybe they just didn't know the history. But if they did and didn't disclose, that's not great.
Yeah.
Not right. You do have a fiduciary responsibility to disclose what you know.
It's like, it's hard to tell because I feel like when this person tried the horse with like under the circumstances, it seems like $27,000 was like a good price for her. But then after the fact, when you learn that the horse was on a sedative and it was actually kind of crazy and it had this broken jaw and like all of this stuff, $27,000 still seems high.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends on how you look at it.
Yeah, I mean, when you didn't know, 27, seems fair. If you did know,
yeah.
What would you price her out? Maybe, I mean, I don't think she would have been that, because she did have some competition and like experience, but like with the broken jaw, if it was affecting like her dressage, which she said it still is.
Yeah.
Like, that's gonna affect your competition.
Yeah.
For like, as long as you have the horse, I'd say under 20.
Yeah, I think so too.
Under 20. I wouldn't go under 10, but like 10 to 20.
Yeah.
To like get the horse off your books, and if she's a little bit of a spice ball, and
yeah,
I feel like that would have been fair.
Yeah.
Although I don't think you necessarily overpaid for what information you had at the time.
That's the thing. Like for what she knew at the time, I don't think she overpaid.
Again, hindsight 2020.
Yeah.
Like our last one.
Yeah. All right. So this one is a little bit of a 2-parter.
Okay.
So I got a message on TikTok from this person in October of 2025.
Okay.
And then usually, like, since it was a message on TikTok, I just like messaged her back. So this didn't end up on the pod.
Okay.
Because it wasn't an email. And then she messaged me again in February with an update.
Oh, fun. Okay.
And I messaged her again. I was like, hey, could you send me an email? So she did.
Okay.
So I'm going to read the original message.
Okay.
And then I can read you our kind of like back and forth that we did. And then I'll read the update.
Okay.
So the original message is from October 28th, 2025.
Okay.
She says, hi, so I'm struggling with horse purchasing and I was hoping to get a little advice if you have a moment. I used to ride an Oldenburg gelding, 16.3 hand, 14 years old, before I moved out of state. He's had an incredible career in the 3-6 equitation ring, but his owner, who has several competitive horses for her daughter, feels he's ready for an easier job. He had a stifle issue last year, but has been sound since and has even stayed sound showing at 3-6 recently. I'm an adult amateur looking for a safe, reliable packer to do up to 3 foot. I'd be competing maybe every other month and plan to start at 2-6 before moving up to 3 foot, but no higher than that. My biggest concern is his age. While he's sound and experienced, I worry about longevity. On the other hand, safety is my top priority, and he absolutely has that. Since I've relocated to an area without hunter trainers, just someone for general lessons, buying something that needs training or program isn't realistic for me. To find a younger horse that's equally safe and show ready, I'd I'd likely need to raise my budget quite a bit. I'm just torn about whether to take the chance on an older horse who fits my needs perfectly now or wait a few months to see if something younger comes along.
You said he's 14?
Yes.
That's not old.
Yeah.
She's describing him as like an 18-year-old, a 17, 18-year-old. 14's not old.
Yeah. So I responded.
Okay.
I said, this is definitely a tough one. If soundness hasn't been a huge issue, I honestly think it's worth seriously considering. The horse with good maintenance, he can keep going for a while. That being said, I would definitely recommend a PPE with x-rays so that a vet can also evaluate and make a recommendation on his future soundness and longevity. At 14, you can still get a lot of good years out of him with proper maintenance.
That was a great response.
And then she said, we have one scheduled for Friday.
Yay!
They maintain him very well, and I will continue to do that also. They are asking blank. Thoughts?
80?
Less.
70?
Less.
60?
Yes.
Oh, I was going to go for 60, and then you said the thing about that show, and I was like, oh, immediate bump up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I said, well, what do you think about that price? What are your thoughts on the price?
I think the price is fine. I was going to say 60 to begin with.
Yeah.
That was my, like, go-to, and then you should have just I should have just said it, but when you said about his prior record at that particular show, I was like, that really boosts up the resume. Like, I can see that inflating the price. But I was originally going to say 60. That was like my go-to. So I think that's a fine price. I think that's totally fair for a horse that's 14 that has that kind of experience.
Yeah. So I said, given his experience and record, I feel like that's a very reasonable price. There's always room to negotiate when it comes to selling horses. You just have to be prepared to still pay the original price if they don't accept a lower offer. Honestly, for what sounds like a 3-6 packer, $60K sounds like a steal.
It does, yeah. And that's why I said, like, because the daughter already has other competitive horses that he's kind of on the back burner.
Yeah.
Because if she didn't, like, if that was, like, her sole horse or, like, one or two, then I think that the price would have been a lot higher for something like that.
Yeah.
Like, definitely. It probably would have been closer to 80 upwards if it wasn't kind of this, what did I say, spare horse? Fair horse. But yes, so I think that's totally reasonable.
And then she said, the owner knows me very well and is concerned he will be overused in a program with a younger rider, which is
fair,
a legitimate concern. And then she said, my husband says, yes, he's just concerned about how long the horse will last. He's willing to up the budget. However, I don't think he realizes that to get a horse with this good of a brain and talent at a younger age would almost have to double the budget, I would think.
Yeah.
Not that I need that intense of a show record. He just coincidentally has that. The show record, honestly, is not super important to me, although it's very impressive.
Yeah.
And then I said, yes, for a horse that's younger with a record in the same range, you're probably looking at high fives or low six figures. Mm-hmm. And then I said I was showing a horse in the meter jumpers until he was 21. He went back to his owner and is semi-retired now because he doesn't show anymore, but he was happy and sound and loved his job. Probably would still jump around happily at shows if she wanted him to. And she said, that's what I was thinking, and that is good to hear. My husband was worried about longevity, but I think the horse is what I need to build my confidence, and he's safe enough for my husband to trail ride once the horse fully retires.
I don't know if she got him. I'm so curious.
So that was the original.
Okay. Oh, why do I feel like she didn't get him? I hope she did. Though.
So then she sent me a follow-up in February.
Okay.
That said, hi, we chatted a few months ago about a lease of a stepped-on horse.
It was a lease.
Oh, I guess it would have been a lease.
Oh, it would have been a lease.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So the lease would have been... the lease was 60? It sounded like it was a buy.
It sounded like it was a buy.
It sounded like it was a buy. Maybe she meant buy? Because she said she would have upped the budget and 5-6 figures. Okay. Read it and we can.
Anyway.
All right.
I also just wanted to say that I listen to all of your podcast episodes and truly value the insight you ladies share. I really respect your perspective, which is why I wanted to reach out. Unfortunately, due to soundness issues, that lease situation didn't work out.
Oh, so it was a lease. So it was a $60,000 lease.
I guess.
Okay. That's... I mean,
I thought it was a sale.
I thought it was a sale. That was more than reasonable. A lease, I still think, given the background, I'm not balking at a $60,000 lease.
Yeah.
Even though we're like, price $60,000, totally fair.
Yeah. Well, I did tell her price like $60,000 is a steal. Like I think for a horse like that, $60K
Yeah, a lease for
a steal.
$60,000, yes, it is high, but if it has that kind of show record, then you're
Yeah.
probably going to be selling the horse for, if it's 40, 50, let's just say like 120,000,
Yeah.
which does add up to a horse with that experience at 14.
Yes, I agree. She said, after taking a couple months to regroup, I'm ready to begin the search again. I've been casually looking, but I'll admit it's starting to feel a bit discouraging.
Yeah.
I'm an adult amateur with a budget in the blank range, ideally looking for a 2.6 to 3 foot warm blood gelding. Safety and temperament are my absolute top priorities. I really want something consistent and reliable, the same horse every day. I'm not looking for something green or overly qualified for the job, flexible with age. Just a quality, straightforward partner I can grow with long term, ideally with a cute jump and nice mover if possible. I have a trainer assisting me with looking in Florida, and I've also reached out to a few show barns closer to where I live to keep an eye out. What's been surprising is that I've had a few barns stop responding mid-conversation, which has felt discouraging.
Yeah.
I'm very serious about purchasing. I've owned and leased in the past and have ridden my entire life. I did take 2 years off, but I've been back consistently for about a year now, riding/lessoning weekly and leasing one of my trainer's packers to ensure I'm fully back in shape and confident for trials while horse shopping. I guess my main questions are, is my budget realistic for what I'm looking for? And is this level of difficulty normal in the current market?
Yeah.
It's starting to feel like I'm chasing and begging people just to spend my own money, which feels strange as a serious adult buyer. Thank you so much for your time.
So I'll say there's a heavy market for that kind of horse, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot. That's a very popular,
Yeah.
a warm blood 2.3, 2.6 packer is a very popular want for a lot of people.
So what do you think her budget is?
Her budget,
first of all.
well, I mean, if the budget was $60K for a lease, it has to be high, I would assume. I think. 80?
That's the top of her range.
Is it 60 to 80?
Yeah.
Maybe it was a buy. Maybe it was. It had to have been a buy, I would think. I don't know, but that's I'm still on this lease versus buying. Yeah, 60 to 80. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally fair. I think you should be able to find a horse.
I also think she should be able to find a horse, but like, it's so crazy right now. Like, the market is insane right now.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
it's tough for sellers, but for this particular type of horse, this has always been tough.
This horse is,
because everyone wants this kind of
horse.
horse. Yeah, these horses automatically.
It's supply and demand, baby.
Yeah, the 2.3, 2.6 packer, safe.
Demand is always very high.
Is gonna be there.
Supply is usually not as high.
Yeah. I mean, you can maybe look for something now that circuit's ending and see what you can find that people are willing to make deals or don't want to bring their packers back to like up north.
Back home, yeah.
Yeah. I also think, because like my immediate thought, right, is to go high, like to go for a teens horse.
Yeah.
But I also think that a lot of these types of horses are being leased. They're not being bought. They're not being sold because you can get more money for these types of horses as a lease, especially if they're a packer, than you could just selling them one off.
Yeah.
Maybe look for like a lease to buy situation if you can. Or maybe it's tough.
It's tough because like 60 to 80 is a healthy budget.
It's a super healthy budget.
But a lot of these horses are going for 6 figures.
Yeah. So you might have to compromise on something.
Yeah.
Or
just like be creative because like I feel like we read so many where people are like, I got this horse for like $15K.
And we're like, how?
And it's insane.
They are out there. But this horse, like people know what they have when they get this type of horse, like a packer. Because you're also competing with, like, she's an adult amateur, but you're competing with kids too. Like this is like a range. Like you get every single parent, every single age range wanting this type of horse.
That's the thing too, is like the 2'6" to 3 foot division is like insanely saturated.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people looking for this kind of horse. It's like this division, and then I feel like the 1.25 jumpers, like that's the biggest jumper division at WEF.
A lot of these horses are going for in the 6 figures.
Yeah.
But again, 60 to 80, you should be able to find something. You just might have to make compromises. I will say if you're trying to find something.
I feel crazy saying that.
I do too.
Like,
it's like
that we're saying that you have to make compromises with a 60 to 80K budget. Like, I feel like we're in the twilight zone.
I know.
Right
it's
now.
insane.
Like,
it's insane.
We're gonna get.
But like for this particular horse, because she wants a packer and she wants safe. But to address her other question about like she feels like buyers aren't responding to her, like I know it depends like where are you looking? Are you like trying to look on Facebook? Because a lot of this type of horse, the buyers get saturated.
Well, she said she.
Or I'm sorry, not the buyers, the sellers.
She has reached out to a few show barns.
Like through Instagram, through Facebook, like.
Maybe.
Also, when you're looking for this type of horse, this is going to sound bad, but like it makes it sound better when your trainer reaches out rather than you as an adult amateur.
Yeah, that's true.
So like I know like we're fully capable like to search for horses by ourselves and inquire about it, but if you're looking at that 60 to 80, especially for a packer, and it's at a reputable show barn, they're going to be more likely to be engaging with trainers that they know or like a trainer of a barn rather than like a random adult amateur that reaches out to them because it's less of a seriousness, even though you're completely serious. For them, it's like, okay, well, this person just reached out to me. Am I going to put my time into this person, or am I going to put my time into like one of my connections or a trainer at a barn that I can look up or that this person knows? So I would say in regard to that, like maybe send your trainer the horses that you like through where you see them on Facebook or social media, and then have your trainer reach out specifically to that barn to inquire about the horse and see if your trainer has more luck than you do. Yeah. Because that's, I think, one of the big things is just, it's not that you're not serious. It's just that from a seller's perspective, it's better bang for the buck, I guess. Like if the trainer reaches out rather than the adult amateur. Yeah. Reaches out. And it's not just because you're an adult amateur, just any general person, mom, any non-professional. Like, non-professional reaches out, especially when you're dealing with horses in this kind of price range, the high price ranges, because they don't want to waste their time either. Yeah. So yeah, I would start with that route if you're not getting luck on your own. I would also say this one's tough because I was gonna say, I know I'm talking a lot, but potentially an import. Yeah. Potentially, like, I know we don't usually go that route, and I know you want safe and, like, steady, and it is a risk at always to import a horse because they haven't seen the venues, they don't know the shows, you don't know what's going on. Yeah. But if you're not getting any luck, like, it might be worth it to just see if your trainer has any connections overseas. Yeah, that's a good point. You could find something over there, and like with import costs, you'd probably be hitting like your budget in the 60 to 80 range total. And you can import a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, like you could. So, I mean, that's an option. It wouldn't be my first option, but like it's an option. Yeah, I agree. That's definitely also an option. What do you think? But I mean, I thought your response was great. Yeah, I think her budget, she says, is my budget realistic for what I'm looking for? It should be. It should be. Like, you should be able to find something in this budget. But yeah, the market for this kind of horse is extremely saturated. A lot of them are going for 6 figures. Yeah. So yeah, you might have to like I feel so crazy saying you might have to get creative, but like you have to get creative with an $80,000 budget. It's so crazy, but the market right now is insane. But I mean, I think there's something out there. I do too, sure. And it depends where you're looking to. Like if you're only looking at the top show barns, like horses coming from the show barns, like yes, those are going to be at a premium just because of the name behind them and the brand behind them. But you could like the person that went to Texas to get a $4,000 horse, and she was offered $80,000. Like maybe go to a place that's not as like you don't go to Florida to find your horse, or maybe you go out west to try to see like expand your options a little bit, because maybe she said she doesn't need a show record, she just wants something safe
Yeah.
essentially for
Yeah.
a packer. So I wouldn't go young, but like something that maybe had been on the back burner
Yeah.
for a little bit and then just takes like a little bit of work to get back.
Yeah.
That might be something, because usually they're pretty fast to recover.
Yeah.
Like if it's just like a year on the back burner or something like that, or a practice horse. We read about a practice horse that was used.
Yeah.
So yeah, find creative solutions, work with your trainer to kind of reach out and really get your connections going.
Yeah.
Because that's where I think those deals are to be had. It's through the connections.
Yeah.
I'm so curious to see if she gets one.
I know. Yeah. Let us know if/when you buy something. Send us another follow-up.
I'm so curious. It's going to be so fun. Don't be discouraged, though. It's a really tough process for this type of horse especially.
Yeah.
And it can be really discouraging and frustrating. But, like, keep your head up and just, like, the horse will come along. You just have to keep looking.
Yes.
Sometimes it could take up to, like,
It's
a
like
year.
job hunting.
Yeah, it is. It's a job within itself.
Yeah. All
right. Discussion. See, 45 minutes.
Yes.
Talk. Perfect. We timed that so well.
Work computer. I love Fridays. No one Slacks me. No one emails me. All right. So
navigating burnout and change of plans as an adult amateur equestrian.
Yes. So I made a post about this on TikTok a few days ago, just talking about how like I've been feeling uninspired and a little bit just like burnt out, and I don't want to say discouraged, but like we had a rough winter.
It was tough.
I was supposed to go to Florida and then plans changed. It didn't work out. So we stayed home. I didn't ride that much. And Squid has had just like some injuries lately. He just recently got like a sarcoid removed. I haven't been able to ride. But then there's also like the guilt of like not going out there because my barn is like an hour away.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then like, Maria is pregnant. You're not riding anymore, but you still go to the barn.
I stopped. Yeah, I stopped when I was 3 months. So that was end of December. So like starting in January, I was no longer riding. But I had previously talked to my trainer about like just keeping him in some work. But I intended to still go out to the barn to be involved. So I'm on a schedule, he's on a schedule, I should say, right now, where she rides him twice a week. And then I will go out and twice a week and do some kind of like lunging exercise with him or some kind of groundwork with him. Because I do like going out because I have major guilt. So I have to go out. But I will say this winter was so tough on me.
So brutal.
That first trimester too. Like, yeah, I rode during it, but like once January hit and I was like, all right, well, I can't ride anymore. And it's dark out and it's cold. It was so
like the
tough.
motivation. I honestly am so impressed that you go out as much as you do.
It's been
without
really
being able to ride.
It was tough driving because my barn is also an hour away. Yeah. And when I drive, I usually drive straight from work to the barn, which takes an hour and a half. And when you're talking in winter where it gets dark at 4:35, I'm driving in the dark and I'm pregnant. And when I'm driving out, I'm like, there's nowhere else I would not want to be right now than driving
and
to the
then
barn.
You get home so late.
And I get back usually like 9:30-ish, and then I
honestly
crash. So.
I'm impressed.
That is not me. Listen, I will tell you, there's times that I've only gone once a week.
Yeah.
Because it was just really tough. And I really try to stick to a schedule. Like I try to go at least twice a week.
Yeah.
And like I talked to Serge about like on Sundays we have our like our planning meetings and we say, all right, like here's what the plan our schedule looks like. I'm gonna go to the barn X day and X day. And I really try to stick to that. But I will say, you know, when I looked at the weather, I look at the weather every morning and I'm like, oh darn, it's gonna like snow, or oh darn, it's gonna rain. I was like, well, today's not the day.
Yeah. I know. So like the first kind of topic is sort of like expectations versus reality. And I feel like we've had a few iterations of this conversation before, but I feel like it's always very relevant.
Yeah.
Especially since like
we're coming out of winter.
And like our lives are changing. I mean, am now over a year into being a mom. So I'm like in a different place than I was a year ago or even 6 months ago. Maria's like coming into
I'm in the
that
nesting
sort
mode.
of lifestyle. So obviously there's time constraints. And I think that was not a thing, but like that was kind of one of the things that I was getting at in my TikTok video was like, I'm not feeling like burnt out from the barn. It's everything else that just like I'm exhausted and then I don't have energy.
And then you have to
for the
drive
barn.
an
And then I have to
hour.
drive an hour.
Yeah.
And it also kind of feels like sometimes it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Because I can only go out like twice a week at this point. Because obviously someone always has to be here to watch the baby.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then another like point here is comparing yourself to juniors or pros or even like other Ammys that are living a completely different lifestyle because like I'm here, I'm riding twice a week. I haven't shown since October. I'm working a 9 to 5. And then I see all these people in Florida.
Yeah.
Or like
and being able to ride 6 days a week.
Yeah.
Or they don't have those types of priorities, or maybe they do have, but not priorities, but they don't have like all those responsibilities like that. Like they're in different phases of their lives, and even you know ones that are parents,
Yes.
maybe they have extra help like nannies or something that can come with them or watching. Like it's just not your reality at the current time, and that's a tough pill to swallow sometimes.
Yeah.
When you see like everybody on not everybody, but you see people on
like,
social media.
Yeah.
Especially moms, I'm sure, that are like, I go out to the barn 5 days a week, and you're like, I wish.
And like, that's not to say that I'm unhappy with my situation, because I'm not. But there is always that little like
envy.
Like,
yeah. It's okay. I'm good with saying I'm jealous of people in Florida this winter when it was like negative 10 degrees, and all my friends are posting. Who still live in like Miami and Florida, posting, you know, them showing or them riding, and I'm like, welcome to my like negative 10 degrees, snowing. I can't ride. Like that sucks.
And it's like I feel like it's interesting because a lot of people get burned out from the horses.
Yeah.
But like I said, for me,
we're burned out from life.
I'm burned. It's like everything else, and then I'm too tired to like. I don't want to say make an effort, but I'm not going out to the barn after work.
Yeah.
Like last week, and what really spurred this was like last week, Squid got his sarcoid removed. He had it stitched. He was on stall rest. And then on Sunday, the barn manager texted me, or on Friday she texted me.
Mm-hmm.
The vet was going to come out, take the stitches out. She texted me and was like, he didn't get his stitches out. He's going to stay in because he was on stall rest. And then she's coming back out on Monday. So then on Sunday, I was like, well, I don't really want to go out to the barn because I don't want to ride him, because she said that the vet said that it would probably be okay to ride him on Sunday. But I was like, he's been in his stall for a week, and my trainer's not here.
I was like, I don't want to do that.
Him.
That doesn't sound like a plan.
I was like, I don't even want to put him on the lunch line. Who knows what he's going to do? So, but then I was like, I feel so guilty because like I didn't want to drive all the way out there. Like if I'm at the barn for an hour, I'm driving for twice as long as I'm at the barn.
Yeah.
Basically. So I was like, I don't want to go all the way out there and be there for like an hour or like not that long.
You have to. It's almost like you want to make it worth it when you go out there.
And I was like, I don't know what he's going to be like. He's been on stall rest for a week. He hasn't been ridden. He hasn't been turned out. But I felt guilty because I was like, if I don't go, is somebody going to hand walk him? Is somebody going to take him out? Like, what's going to happen? Yeah. So I had this like such like horse mom guilt because of that, and I didn't end up going. But I felt so guilty for the rest of the day.
It's like an inner turmoil that you're like, I have to be a good horse mom.
And I guess instead of like, this is like a little bit of a change of subject in terms of like horse mom guilt rather than burnout, but I feel like this is also like a relevant topic.
Oh, I think it goes with the like adult amateur reality that we're just doing so much that it's hard sometimes to compartmentalize like horses, life, job, like we're trying to balance all of that, and sometimes other things take priority over the barn.
Yeah.
Or going there, and that does provide a lot of guilt.
And then it's one of those things too, like I get this thought so often where I'm like, how much longer can I do this?
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Because we live so far from the barn. And like that's also kind of the main theme here is like we live really far from where we keep our horses. So I'm like, how long is this going to be sustainable? And Joe and I have been talking about like when we eventually move, are we going to try to move closer to the barn? And like I want to. I wouldn't move all the way out there.
Yeah,
that's like really far. But I'm like, I don't know, maybe just like
halfway, even 30 minutes closer,
that's
20 minutes closer.
Like if we move to like Devon or Wayne or Berwyn, like that would put us half an hour from the barn. I'm like,
that's a huge difference.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah.
So then factoring in those kinds of things, but then we're not in a spot to move right now.
Not with that interest rate, you're not.
No. And also we have an amazing interest rate on this house.
I would never move if I had your interest rate. I would never move.
Yeah.
Not unless interest rates drop to that again.
I know.
Yeah, but it's definitely tough. And then that guilt is a real thing. I feel it. The only thing that kind of keeps me on the days that I don't go to the barn is like he's getting out. Like he has like they split the time between going out 12 hours and then staying in 12 hours.
Yeah.
So like, and he loves being outside.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I'm like, all right, at least he's getting out. He's, with a buddy out there. And honestly, I don't think he needs me to be at the barn.
That's the thing. Like Squid, when he's not on stall rest, is fine. Like my trainer rides him. He goes out. He's fine. But then the other thing that I think of is like, we're spending a lot of money for me to only ride twice a week.
I know, it is a lot. And we always say, like, if you're not riding, like, more than twice a week, you shouldn't even be having a horse.
I know.
It's definitely, but it's your new reality, right? Like, it's something that you can't change, even though, we do get sometimes envious of individuals we see online. Like, you have to try to make the best out of your situation and how it works. And for some people, it's you ride once a week. Some people, it's you ride 5 times a week. Like you got to figure out a way to balance everything and making sure that you have some kind of responsibility to all of those different aspects of your life.
Yeah. Like one thing I will never do is completely ditch my family for riding.
Yeah.
Like I love riding. I love Squid. Like it's my me time. It's like my thing, obviously. But my family comes first. Yeah. Which, again, this is totally off topic, but like when you're starting a family, I feel like that, at least in the beginning, has to kind of be your mindset too. And this is for any adult Ammies who are maybe.
Are you sure your thing's on?
This is like also kind of if you're an Ammy thinking about starting a family, what it's going to look like with riding. Like, I don't think it's reasonable when you have a baby to expect your riding life and schedule to remain exactly the same.
Yeah. Or when you're pregnant. Like people choose to ride during pregnancy. They choose to, like, I chose to stop riding after 3 months.
Yeah. I stopped riding after 17 weeks. Yeah. So like 4 months.
And that was a discussion that I had with my doctor, not social media telling me that I needed to stop or
social media
telling me that it's okay to ride. Like I had that discussion, and based on like what we talked about, that was her comfort level. And also I spoke with my husband because he is involved in this.
Yeah.
And he was also not comfortable with me riding after a certain amount of time. And I took that into consideration as well, because I would want him to take my opinion.
Yeah.
If the roles were reversed.
Yeah.
So that's why I decided to stop riding. But I think your point to like, you need to set that expectation for yourself ahead of time.
Yeah.
Because I knew it was going to be different.
Yes.
Like I went into it knowing like I'm not going to be able to ride thank God it was winter and cold because
I
I didn't feel the adjustment as much. I was like,
yeah,
okay,
I don't want to ride anyway.
yeah, I don't want to ride anyway. The barn was closed for, you know, a couple weeks this winter anyway because of the cold and the snow and the weather. So it really didn't hit me as hard. But I will say, coming into the summer, that's going to hit me hard when I see everybody outside riding and I can't. So I'm already mentally prepping myself for when I do go to the barn, how that's going to feel, how that's going to affect Finn to be like, I'm not going to be able to, because he likes working. He does.
Yeah.
When he can't, you know, he sees all of his friends out in the ring and he can't be there. So I'm already mentally prepping for that.
Yeah. But like, I think even being mentally prepared for it, it is a huge adjustment. And it's hard when you're like making such a big life change.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It's normal. But yeah, it's definitely something that I'm still adjusting to, and I'm also still trying to like find a solution for, because I would love to ride more than twice a week. But at the same time, like, I only go out once on the weekends because I want to be able to spend some of the weekend like with my family.
Yes.
So it's just like trying to find balance, but balance is different when you're 32 with a 9-to-5 and a kid,
rather than you're, you know,
21 in
or
college.
even 15 with like parents that are supporting the sport, and you really don't have any worries except, you know, I don't know how parents do it, to be honest. Driving to the barn, being with that's a lot. So shout out to all the parents out there with children who ride horses, because you are making a huge sacrifice too. So, and if kids, if your mom or dad does drive you to the barn and they're active, please say thank you. Say thank you. We're telling you to say thank you. Be gracious, because like when you are in that position,
I know
it is hard.
I'm already
really
like
hard.
scheming how, if Hazel rides, how I'm going to get her to the barn like during the week. I'm like, my mom's going to have to take her.
Yeah. You
because
gotta
I work.
Yeah.
Like
the adult amateurs with the 9-to-5s are in a league of their own, I feel like, because that is tough to fit everything in.
It's really hard.
And this is going off of the adult amateur reality, but like the illusion of balance, like I do think balance is possible.
Yeah.
But balance isn't what, like, it's not like you give 100% to everything, you give 50% to everything. It's balance is you choose what priorities you need to handle for that day, that week.
Yes.
And then you make it work. So balance can be, I'm only going to the barn once a week. That doesn't mean, you know, I'm completely out of horses, or that's, you know, that's just how I picture balance to be.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good way to put it. Like right now for me, balance looks like I go to the gym twice a week, or I go to the barn twice a week. I go to the gym 3 or 4 times a week. I spend time with my family on the weekends and at nights, and that's just like,
but that is balance. You're hitting all of those little compartments of your life, and you're making those work together.
Yeah, it's not like balance isn't like I ride every day and I go to the gym every day and I do my 9-to-5 and I like do whatever. Like,
exactly. So balance is possible for all those people who don't think balance is possible. It just looks different to every single person depending on their situation. Yeah. And balance is how you make things work in your particular life. Yes. All the different aspects of your life, how they work together. That is what I consider balance to be. Because like you said, you're making time for each of those priorities in your life, but they're not all equal. Right.
And I think the flip side of this is people who basically have the opposite problem of us, who are at the barn 24/7 and the barn starts to feel like a job rather than your hobby.
Yeah. Or that's when you start seeing people burn out from the sport because the joy is kind of getting taken away from it.
Yeah. And I think in that case, we've talked about this before too, where like, it's okay to take a break. Yeah. Or it's okay to take a step back. Even if you continue riding, like if you're going to the barn 6 days a week, take a few weeks to go 3 days a week. Like, especially if your horse is in like
A program.
a full care program.
Yeah.
Because if your horse is like self-care, or if you have your horses at home,
Yeah.
obviously that's not really an option.
Yeah.
But if your horse is like in a program where, you know, they're getting fed, they're getting their stall cleaned, they're getting turned out, like, they'll be fine.
Yeah. I think people put a lot of pressure on themselves because they're like, if I don't go to the barn, my horse is going to be so sad.
Yeah.
And that's not really the reality of it. If they're fed, they're well taken care of, they have their friends, like,
They're okay.
they're fine. They're fine. They don't. Finn, the other day, I saw you saw my post on my Instagram story where I was like, Mercury must be in retrograde because Finn is acting like a complete psycho.
Oh, yeah.
That, like, he couldn't care less. I went up to give him a fungal bath because I saw he was starting to get some on his legs. And it was, like, going to be, like, one of the warmer days of the week. So I was like, I'm going to get it done. That horse was not having it. He was a nuisance the entire time. Like, think hangry in overdrive.
Oh, my God.
And I went there, and this is one of the times that I went there, and I'm like, I shouldn't have come. I literally shouldn't have come. He could not have cared less if I was there, giving him attention, loving on him. That horse just wanted to be in his stall with his hay and not be touched, basically. So, like, those situations happen because I'm only going twice a week now, and this happened in the winter, too.
Yeah.
When he would have, because he's obviously not in 5 days a week of work, 6 days a week like he was, he would have his moments of just being, like, a punk. That's what everyone calls him. They're like, he's just a punk sometimes. He's not malicious, but he's just like, I want to do things my way, and if I don't want to work, I don't want to work. And going up there some days, because I only went up like twice a week, like I would be distraught coming back. Like I would call Serge and be like, he was just so annoying today, like trying to lunch him. Maybe it's the hormones talking, but like he wouldn't like, sometimes like he would just wouldn't lunge like he normally would. And it was just like his attitude was just like, he was just we were getting on each other's nerves.
That's kind of why I decided not to go out that one day either, because I was like, even if I put him on the lunch line, what if he's like a psycho? Like, what if something happens? What if it's just like a terrible experience?
Yeah.
And like it ruins my day.
It did. It was, and going after work, it did ruin my night. I was happy to see him, but I was like, I just fought with this horse mentally for the last like hour. He was just not having it. And I mean, I think I lunged him for like 10 minutes maybe out of like, we usually do like a nice 20-minute lunge, like over poles or something like that. That day he was just like not having it, trying to like spin on the lunge line, like trying to come in, ears pinned, and like he's not normally like that. Like he does have his off days, and that was one of them, but you never know until you get there.
Oh my God.
And I was just like distraught. I was like, Serge, he hates me. I was like, I just wasted 3.5 hours of my life out here when he couldn't have cared less.
Hold on, I have to yell at Rory. He's driving me nuts.
So it does happen, people. It does.
Rory, stop it. Rory's like drives me nuts.
I think I'm so used to it that like it doesn't even like it just goes right over my head.
See, the thing for me is like it's constant.
Yeah.
So it's like it's really annoying.
My parents' dog does that. They just bark and bark and bark.
It's so annoying.
But yeah, so some days you're gonna have those days at the barn where you make the sacrifice and the commitment and go out.
Yeah.
Because every time I go, I try to spend at least 4 hours. It's a 4-hour excursion.
Yes.
So like it's an hour. Hour and a half out to drive there.
And then you're there for
hour and a half there, and then an hour back.
Yeah.
The drive back is the easiest.
Yeah.
But I try to be out there. But some days when you're making that and you go out and you're just like, it's not working. It's like, why did I come out?
I know. And then it's like, is this worth it?
Yeah, exactly. And it's those days and I'm like, do I only go out once a week this week? But yeah, it's definitely tough trying to make everything work.
Yeah.
But I love seeing all the other adult amateurs on social media and seeing how they make their day work, because it's so interesting to see how, I mean, I'm a 9 to 5, or not even 9 to 5, I'm an 8:30 to like 4:35 in the office.
Yeah.
You work from home.
Yep.
And it's interesting to see how everybody makes their riding goals work. and going to the barn.
Yeah, like I ride before work on Thursdays.
I love seeing your vlogs.
I would love to get another day where I can ride before work, but we just need someone to watch Hazel because Joe works. He coaches in the morning, usually from 7:30 to 8:30, and then sometimes from 9 to 10. So, and then it's hard to like be like, "Hey, Mom, can you come to my house at 7
in the morning so I can go to the barn?"
So, yeah, hoping to get something like that figured out. Joe is. Did I tell you that Joe's going to grad school?
Oh, is he?
Yeah. He's going to go to Villanova for a master's in school counseling.
Oh, amazing. Is he still going to work at the gym?
Yes, but he's going to cut back on his hours.
Okay.
So I'm hoping, because he only has classes on Monday and Wednesday from 3:30 to 7:30 at night. So I'm kind of hoping, like, while he's doing that, I'll be able to ride a little bit more. But then when he starts working in a school, he's obviously going to be in school 5 days a week.
But then he'll have off on the summers, which will be nice.
Yes.
But I mean, he'll probably pick up hours at the gym, I would assume, during the summers. Maybe.
We'll see. So
he'd be a good counselor. Joe's like so even keeled.
I know.
Like logical.
Yeah.
he would be a good counselor.
But I'm like hoping with that kind of change in schedule, I'll be able to get a little bit more barn time, like on a Tuesday or something.
Yeah. I mean, in the summer, if he stays home, that would give you a lot more flexibility in the summer, at least to ride.
Yeah.
Which will be nice.
Yeah.
But again, that's a life change that once that comes up, you're going to have to figure out how that fits in to your current life and how you can make it work with the barn.
Exactly. It'll be good for horse showing in the summer.
That will be, yeah. I mean, if you're going to pick any time.
Because also, like, with this new job, like, when he gets a new job, he'll be making more than what he's making at the gym anyway.
Yeah.
So, like, he doesn't need to work in the summers.
Yeah.
Because I still have a job.
Because we work when you graduate, because it's a full-time thing.
Yeah.
No summers off here.
Yes.
I know. What summer?
I know.
All right, let's see. Do we forget anything else?
I think we kind of hit on everything that at least is relevant to us.
I mean, I guess the one thing maybe that we can touch on a little bit more for kind of the adult amateur reality is like we're seeing it a lot more that amateurs are now getting back into the sport.
Yeah.
And then kind of feeling like you're starting over.
Mm-hmm.
Again, in your, we usually see late 20s and up because that's, let's be real, that's when you start getting money and like if you're
that's when you can start
get into the sport and no one else is helping you out, that's how you can kind of afford it.
Yeah.
So kind of how to start over and like dealing with that. So what are your thoughts?
I think you just kind of have to let go of expectations, especially like if you were competitive as a junior, not expecting to ride like you did when you were a junior. Like I didn't take a break. I do feel like I ride better now than I did when I was a junior, but at the same time, I'm not as fearless.
Yeah.
And I have a nicer horse. So I think just, I don't want to say setting expectations for yourself, but like,
no, I think that's good.
If things don't feel like, if you don't feel like you are where you used to be, or like you're not progressing fast or whatever, it's like, I don't know, what's the rush?
Yeah.
I guess like you're not the same as you were when you were 15, 16.
Yeah, which is tough for a lot of people sometimes when they're starting to get back into the sport. And it's like, well, I feel like I'm starting over. I have the skills, but it looks different. Like maybe when you were younger, you were riding 5-6 days a week, and now you're only riding once a week or twice a week. I think another thing is comparing yourselves to other individuals or other adult amateurs in the sport.
Yes.
Who are in different situations like you, especially with social media. It's really tough because like that's where we see a lot of the journeys of these adult amateurs getting back into the sport.
Yeah.
But with that, on your For You page, I'm sure it comes up with a lot of adult amateurs who are already riding and you're like, oh, well, why aren't I at that level yet? Or why are they going 4 days a week and I can only ride once? Like it's you're coming into that kind of different life stage.
Yeah.
And it's hard to not compare yourself to other people that you see on the internet.
Yeah, definitely. And like, obviously, I don't want to say it's okay to be jealous of people, but like, it's okay to be jealous of people and like envious of people and like where they are. But comparison is the thief of joy.
Yes.
So when like looking at those people and seeing all the things that they do, it's like, it's fine to be like, oh, I wish I could do that. But at the same time, I think it's important to just recognize that like you're doing the best with what you have.
Exactly.
And I don't know, maybe someday that'll be you.
Yeah. And like your life situation, you don't know what's going on with their life situation or who's financing the sport. Like if you're coming back from riding as an adult amateur, I'm assuming that most of them are
you're funding it yourself.
Funding it themselves. And like it's an expensive sport. And that reality, just in terms of finances, is very different for a lot of adult amateurs.
Yeah.
If parents, spouses are funding it versus you are funding it by yourself, like maybe you can't afford to go more than once a week.
Yeah.
And these people that are riding or showing or competing aren't funding it themselves.
Right.
So you don't know.
Yeah.
So don't try to be like, oh, well, I should be going 4 to 5 times a week, when in reality that's not possible for you. So really try to take it with a grain of salt what you see on the internet.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially with all the shows now going on, like with WEF and WEC and for the winter circuit. Like if you didn't go down to Florida, like it's hard to see people going down and, living the life, it sounds like. But also a lot of those people, like maybe they don't have, like you have a child.
Yeah.
Like maybe they don't have that responsibility.
Right.
Or maybe they're single, or maybe they just have a job that affords them. Yeah. Like I'm jealous of you because you work from home.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in an office 5 days a week. Yeah. Like absolutely not. That sucks.
It does suck.
And I would love to work from home, but unfortunately my job just doesn't allow me to. Yeah. So even though I would love to, I'm like, oh gosh, like Nora gets to go to the barn in the morning. I would love to go to the barn in the morning.
I know.
But it's not possible. So I have to make it work that fits my schedule. You don't want to wake up at 4 a.m.? I would. I'm an early bird. I love mornings. I'm very productive in the morning. I get a lot of my stuff done in the morning. After work, I'm shocked I still go to the barn. I don't know how I do it because
I'm not a morning person and I would rather go in the morning.
Yeah, I always loved riding in the mornings, or super, like, that is just like when I'm at my prime. Like, the different personality types for people that they're either like night owls or morning is my time.
Like, I'm not a morning person. This is totally off topic. I'm not a morning person, but I am a get up and go person.
Like you're getting stuff done.
Yes. So like, I lately have been lessoning at 11, which has worked out for like the Hazel schedule and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I would prefer to lesson at like 9.
Yeah, because when you get back, then it's like you still have your whole day to do stuff. Yeah, it's like that productivity.
It's getting back at like 12 p.m. instead of 2 p.m.
Yeah, where you feel like your day is over. Like I love being productive. Like that's if I'm not productive during the day, I feel very like unaccomplished. Yeah. Like I didn't do anything today, which has been tough during this pregnancy because I'm so tired, but I'm like,
I know.
Like I would be laying in bed and like the dishes need to get done and I'm like, Serge, I just can't. Like you don't understand. Honestly, like I'm just tired.
This is the time to be unproductive because you will be very busy once the baby comes.
That's what I'm
But
hearing.
even then, you'll feel like you're unproductive.
Yeah.
But you're actually
doing stuff,
keeping a small human alive that you grew in your body yourself and somehow got it out of your body. Depending on whatever way it happens,
It was in your body, now it's out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I was like, I'm going into my 3rd trimester. And
I can't believe it.
I know. It's like 3 more months left. It's insane. But I am prepping. For some reason, TikTok has decided to show me like you go into labor like 37 weeks.
Oh my God.
For some reason. So I'm like, is this a sign?
TikTok,
like, oh my gosh.
No, TikTok is like crazy. I was seeing like crazy stuff on my feed.
Your For You page.
Like, No.
Yeah, so I'm
so
prepping.
crazy.
I was like, by the end, because the baby shower's in like 2 weeks, so I was like, by the end of April, I want everything done, because going into that 3rd trimester, I want to have hospital bag packed, like our house cleaned. Like, I do not want to do anything.
Yeah.
Because I will not have the energy, and like I
You
just
will
can't
not
handle
have the
it.
energy.
So I was like, this is the last month of like getting shit done.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be hardcore. Like, for the next couple weeks, I am pushing through, trying to be productive.
Don't push too hard, because you don't want to go into early labor.
No. But we're definitely getting stuff done.
Yeah.
Especially after the baby shower, when like all the stuff comes in. Yeah, that stuff's getting put away. Have the nursery almost set up. Like, I don't want to do anything. May and June are going to be my relaxing.
Yes.
Hopefully.
I mean, I've told you this before, but when I was in my 3rd trimester, towards the end, like the last month or 2, I could not make it past 3 o'clock. Like,
I'm a little bit terrified for that.
It would hit 3 o'clock, and thankfully I work from home, because I would have to go lay down on my couch and take a nap.
Yeah.
Every day.
I'm a little bit worried about how I'm going to handle that. Because it's been tough too, because my back has been hurting. So like when I go to work, like I'm sitting 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
Like I can move around and stuff, but like my back has really been hurting. I'm like, I don't know how to do this like for the last two trimester or 2
I wonder if you can get like
a doctor's
note to work from home.
If it gets bad, I might try. Like, at least for the last month,
They have to provide you a reasonable accommodation.
Yeah.
Like,
but I mean, for most people, it's like, well, you're sitting for 8 hours a day. So, like, that is kind of reasonable. So,
yeah.
But I can try. The thing that's killing me is the doctor's appointments, because I have so many.
Are you going like every other week now?
This is going to be my last, like, 4-week one.
Yeah.
And then after that,
you go every 2 weeks.
I'm doing every 2 weeks. Then I have tests on top of that. And then I have stress. So it's like, I have taken so much PTO.
Yeah.
Like, I almost feel like work or like companies should provide like an additional PTO for people for that, like the prenatal appointments, because I have just gone through so much of my sick time just from scheduling doctors, because like they don't go to weekends, and like the
doctor's appointments are during the week, during business hours.
The week. Yeah, exactly. 8:30 to 4:30. And like, well, I'm taking at least 2 hours probably for the doctor's appointments. Yeah. And because if it's at the end of the day, like, it's not like I can go there and come back, because then it just doesn't make sense. Yeah. So that's been what's really been killing me. Yeah. Is trying to fit in that PTO with the doctor's appointments. Yeah, that's tough. So like, I feel like I have to work and I can't. Yeah. Like that's been that's really tough. That's been a conversation that I've had to have with my manager about like how we're making this work. So I might have to work from home for the last month. Yeah. Because I need to make the doctor's appointments work. So I don't have to take 2 hours, 3 hours every week off to go to a doctor's appointment. Yeah. So we'll see. But yeah, that I'm interested to see what riding looks like too after birth. Because how long did you wait? 6 months? 6 weeks?
I first sat on Squid at 9 weeks, but I wasn't riding consistently because he was leased until, so I had Hazel at the end of January. He was leased until, I don't remember if it was the beginning or the end of May.
Okay. Oh, he was leased for like a good amount of months after.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think he was leased until the end of May. He was leased for like 9 months. So I got back on 4 months after, like consistently.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested to see what that looks like, because we're already talking about how to make it work. Because I told him, I was like, as soon as I'm cleared to ride, like, I need to get back into riding. Yeah. So like, we gotta find, whether it's a nanny, whether you're coming out, because that's his busy months is the summer. It was like, we need to make this work somehow. Yeah. Because that's a priority for me. Although we'll see when the baby actually comes what happens. Yeah. Because I say it now, and then
that's
it's like,
thing. It's easy to plan, and then when it actually happens, like, you just don't know.
What is it? Like, you make plans and God laughs? Isn't that the thing? That's how I feel like my life is gonna go.
Yeah, you never know. You never know with the baby, but it'll happen. You guys will figure it out. And it'll be good. It'll be so fun.
It'll be exciting. Then we can have play dates.
Okay, you know what I was thinking about? When the girls are older, if they're both riding, we should go on one of those, like, Europe riding trips, like the ones in
Oh my
Ireland or
God.
something. Wouldn't that be
Absolutely.
so fun?
My friend is in Ireland in the horses, and we should definitely do that.
Like,
I will
wouldn't that be
literally hook her up.
amazing?
Yes, that sounds so much
I'm planning
fun.
this. Like, granted, Hazel is 14 months right now, so this is probably at least like 10 years out.
5. We can make it work. 5 years. Hazel will be 6. Like, she'll be 5. No, 4. We'll make it work.
Yeah.
I'll throw a 4-year-old on a
But
trail ride.
That's already so. Oh well, I'm thinking of the ones where you like gallop through.
Oh,
the field, and, like, go
okay,
cross
maybe
country.
not then. Yeah, no. We gotta start her
But-
early then.
Yeah, I'll send you some.
That'll be so fun.
I know. I'm
We
like
should.
girls trip to Ireland.
Honestly,
to go.
I'm thinking shows too, because being like we can go to shows
Mhm.
or like and have a nanny, like we can split the cost of a
Yes.
nanny and have like a show nanny
Yeah.
to go and like
Right
that'd be
now,
so
my
much
show
fun.
nanny is my parents.
Is it, yeah. I was thinking of, well, did we talk about this before, like the Disney nannies?
Yes.
Yeah, and I was looking actually into, I was like, can we do something like that for horse shows? Like, I
I'm
feel like you
sure. I mean, you 100% could just hire a nanny and be like,
Yeah.
"You're coming to the horse show with us."
could. Yeah. I know, I was thinking about that because I was like, I think they do well. Like, I was like, horse show nannies could be a real thing.
Yeah.
That would definitely help. Oh my God, that'd be so cute. I'm
I
so
know, that'd be
excited
so
for
fun.
all their play dates.
I know.
It's like a built-in best
To meet
friend.
her. I know. So
I'm excited to meet her too. I want to see what she looks like.
I know. Me too.
I'm so excited to see what she looks like. That sounds so bad, but I'm like,
No, it's. I get it. I was so curious to see what Hazel looks like, and she looks like her dad. Well, now people say that she looks like me, but just with like blonde hair and blue eyes.
well, yeah, I think the features are you, but then like
Yeah.
when you look at her and you see the blonde hair and blue eyes, you're like Joe.
Yeah.
But I think when she was younger too, I was like, oh, she looks like Joe. But now
Yeah.
I can see you.
Or like sometimes she'll make a face, and I'm like, "You're your father."
Yeah. I don't know, because it could be my husband's Puerto Rican. If you're just gonna add this in, my husband's Puerto Rican, so I'm like, there's a million ways that this could go.
I know.
So I'm very curious,
I know.
as is I think everybody else, to see what we end up with.
Well, only a few more months.
I know. I haven't really digested being a mom yet. Like,
You
like
won't.
it hasn't clicked yet for me that I'm like,
It
I'm
won't
gonna
click
give birth.
probably until you're like 6 months postpartum.
Yeah, I have no idea. We haven't started birthing classes. I was like, I don't know.
No,
what to
don't do those until you're like a month out, or
Like in
however long,
June?
or like 2 months out.
That's like in a couple weeks. Like,
Well, yeah, but
yeah, because I have no idea. I have
No,
no idea
it's-
what to do.
yeah,
Like,
no,
I'm
it's
decorating the
crazy.
nursery, but I'm like doing it more of like interior design
Yeah.
rather than like a baby.
It's like you're doing it for someone else.
Yeah, exactly. Rather than like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have a baby and the baby's gonna be in here. But we just got our chair, and
Nice.
I'm obsessed. That was
Nice.
definitely I took.
I
her-
spend a lot of time in my chair.
Yeah, actually, that's what. When you told me that, I told Serge because I was gonna get like a cheaper chair because I don't care. And then we went to this place, and I was like, "Well, Nora said that she spends a lot of time in it, and it's worth it." And then we were sitting in chairs, and he was like, "I like this one." And I was like, "Yeah, I like it." He's like, "Great, we're gonna get it." He's like very quick with decisions, and I'm like, "Whoa! Don't you want to like sit down and like discuss this and like maybe we look it up?" He's like, "No, I like it. We're gonna get it." And then he like
Oh
picked
my
it up like 2 days later, and it's in our house.
That's so funny.
Yeah, that's how he operates.
Oh my god.
But yeah, we did get a chair. So I'm
Nice.
excited. I just like rocking it now and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be so great. I was like, wow, it feels comfortable. I'm like, I can't picture like a baby with
Hold Nixie.
yeah,
Rock-
Nixie in the
rock
chair.
back and forth with her.
That's another thing. It's gonna be interesting to see how Nixie reacts to
Yeah.
the baby.
I know. Jelly Bean was like not really into it. Now she loves Hazel, but she doesn't usually go actively looking for Hazel's attention.
Yeah.
Rory does. Rory's nervous though.
Really?
Because he was a little less nervous when she couldn't move.
Now that she's
But
moving,
now that
she's
she's
like, what
moving,
is this?
yeah, like because he's an Australian Shepherd, like he's a herding dog, so I think he's like, "Where are you going?" But she also sometimes like will surprise him. I try to give him a heads up now when she's coming, because if she like sneaks up on him, he gets scared. Someone's like, "Rory, watch out!"
Oh my
But,
gosh, that's gonna
yeah.
be fun. I'm seeing a lot of dog stuff on Facebook too,
Yeah.
like with like meeting the baby. I'm like, I'm just gonna bring the baby home and we'll see what Nixie.
Yeah,
I don't think
that's kind of
Nixie's-
what we did.
Yeah, I think Nixie's gonna. She loves babies, but I'm not sure she's gonna love the like crying aspect of it.
Yeah. The other thing that's hard is like you can't give them as much attention.
I don't feel like that's not gonna be an issue with her. Maybe not. She gets enough attention from my parents. Like that's where she is right now.
Yeah,
like I
that's
dropped her
true.
off there before I came here. But like maybe when their attention goes to the
Mhm.
grandbaby, then we
Yeah.
might have a problem. So we'll see.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
All right. Well, that's all we got.
Yeah, Nora's got to go to the gym.
I
and
do
look,
have to go to the
yeah,
gym.
we did it. 20 minutes
But
along with your balancing. See, you're balancing
Yes.
the gym and podcasting.
yeah. But like, comment, rate, subscribe. I forgot to say this at the end of the last episode, but send submissions to theworkingammy@gmail.com. Send us discussion topics, send us updates, even if we haven't read your original post.
We will read it if you send us an update.
Send us an update, reply to your original email. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.
Make sure you rate us. I know you already said
Yes.
that, but for like if you listen and you like us
Yeah.
rate
If you listen
rate
and you
us.
don't like us, you don't have
You
to
don't
rate
have to rate us.
But if you listen and
If
you
you
like us,
go rate us.
give us 5 stars. You can follow me at The Working Ammy, and you can follow the podcast at The Working Ammy Pod. You can follow Maria at Phoenix and Finn and the Investing Equestrian. And that's it.
Yeah, and share for the TikTok. Make sure you share it with your friends.
Yes.
So we can start getting that
Grow
right.
our following.
Yeah, grow our following. We're doing a little bit better, especially now that summer's coming up. And once I'm on maternity leave, I'm gonna be going at that TikTok. So because I will have time
Yeah.
with the newborn, but while she's
Yeah.
sleeping, I can do the TikTok. So
yeah, I did a lot of just sitting on the couch and
yeah.
watching TV and scrolling. So
Yeah, well, I've got stuff lined up.
Yeah.
I edited, I think, 4 videos this morning for it. So I have them lined up and that they're going to go out. Yeah,
All
so make sure
right.
you share. Working Ammy's out.
Yay!